we got some updates about the Atari VCS store. Now, how easy are they to implement? What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here for Bacon Ice Cream Production and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of the Good Times Newsline Flashcast. Yeah, that's right. We are here back with some Atari VCS news updates for you. It's about the Atari VCS store, as we have talked about in the past. There's been completely like a non-existence of the store. Can't make any transactions, can't do anything like that. However, there is a new update from Atari on the Discord, which we'll discuss in a moment, and also a new update for your system. That's right, I'm here hiding behind this box. There's a new system update that's ready for you guys right now. So if you guys want to go ahead and turn on your Atari VCSs, you can get this update, and this will hopefully get you to be able to go back to the Atari VCS store and buy some stuff. However, in this Atari VCS store update, there are some caveats. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at them right now. So in this update, this is from Dave Pa, it looks like. It says, a new VCS update is rolling out this morning, which restores functionality to the store and enables game purchases once again. Here's how the new purchasing process works. All right. 1. When a user clicks the Buy Now button, a payment link is sent to the user's email address. Now, that's the email address that you use to make your Atari VCS account. The dialog box appears confirming that the email has been sent. The user then clicks the email, which redirects them to a logon page. They must log in using their VCS account credentials, so the username and the PIN associated with the username for the VCS account. After logging in, the user is taken to their checkout page where they can enter the payment information and complete the transaction. Upon successful payment, an invoice is sent via email. But that's normal. You usually get an invoice when you buy things from the VCS store. The dialog box then automatically closes, and then the game download begins. If the payment fails, the system waits for 4 minutes before canceling the transaction. Then, a note. We understand that using email as part of the purchasing process isn't ideal. This is a temporary solution. This was the temporary Band-Aid fix that they were talking about. Put in place to bypass a persistent issue with a specific component in our payment system, an issue that previously caused major problems with the store. We're currently developing a long-term fix, which is already in the planning stages before the store outage, and it's before the recent store outage, I should say. In the short term, we are weighing 2 options. Option A is to re-enable the old system and try to patch the underlying issue, knowing that it could break again. Or B, stick with this temporary workaround, which avoids the unreliable component but requires an extra email step for users. So this is, I think, the part where we can speak as the community for the Atari VCS and saying, hey, look, we want to be able to buy games from the store, and we want to be able to do it conveniently. This email thing is good or bad, right? And then they say, we appreciate your patience and understanding as we work forward to a more robust and seamless store experience. So, I mean, obviously, they're still working on it. They're still doing stuff, and that's pretty cool. Let's go back over. We can kind of see here. Oops, wrong button. We can kind of see over here that my VCS has indeed updated and restarted. So this update is not one of those normal big, giant, long ones. So as we go back in here, I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Obviously, it requires you to put in your PIN to do that. So no lookies on the PIN. And you know what? We're going to just give it a shot, and we're going to see what happens. To see what goes on. So I'm not going to actually show you like my email address or whatever, and that kind of stuff. So, but I will confirm whether or not these things work. So going over it. What are the things you need to buy things from the Atari VCS store? You now need your VCS email address, so the email address you used to initiate your first VCS account, and then you need the PIN that you will use to log in to the VCS. So we're going to go ahead. Now that this is done here, we're going to go over to store, right? And then we're going to go over to here, and we see that Colorful Boy 2 is on the store, and I have not bought it yet. This is a thing that must be corrected because I must own all VCS games. So I'm going to hit this button. And then I'm going to hit the Buy Now button. There it is. It says, please check your email for payment link. So I'm going to go ahead and check the email for payment link. I have a cart purchase. Click here to complete your purchase. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that. It wants me to put in my email address, and then the password is the PIN. So, and then I'm going to sign in. And there we go. It says Colorful Boy 2. This I think is okay to share. So, all right, cool. I think this is okay to share. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to share the screen here. And this is what it looks like, guys. So you get your email, and you click the email, and you log in. So you go to the login page. That I didn't share that, but there it is. You're brought to another page where it looks like a normal store, and you can hit the checkout button. So I'm going to hit the checkout button because I haven't given them any information yet. And then there's that there. So now we have to put in the payment information. So I'm going to go ahead and do that offline again. All right. I'm going to put in my zip code. And then I'm going to hit pay. All right. It does say thank you for your purchase. It does also say that that is confirmed. And boom, we're ready to download. So I'm going to put that right on my VCS bundle. Bingo bango. We're downloading VCS games on the VCS store. So you get it. It's just a little box that says thank you for your purchase. But again, it shows the email. I know that it may or may not have shown it anyway. But that's all right. Don't spam me. So there we go. And then we're ready to launch Colorful Boy 2, which means we've got some Fun for Fives to do, which is very cool. So we have gone over the process. We've read the post. I encourage you guys also to visit the Atari Club on Discord. Links below in the description, I believe. I want to thank Dave Pa, the Atari VCS crew from all over the place, from US, from India, from all the other teams that were working on this thing. That was a very seamless experience. So as long as you have, like I said, the things you need to buy from the VCS store, your VCS email address and the PIN you use to log into the VCS, they got you going, man. It was very, very seamless. I mean, it's essentially like two-factor authentication in order to buy stuff. I'm okay with that because I actually would rather be more secure and that kind of thing than not as secure. So seems very cool. You hit the buttons, you buy the things, and the communication between the two was very, very fast. It was not as clunky as it was in previous iterations of the store itself. And we were able to see that, had the blinking Atari thing, and then once the transaction went through, it went right to the download page for you. You didn't have to hit another button. It was no confusion. It just boom, 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 and then you're in. So again, if you got your VCS email address and your PIN, you're in. Very cool. And I've got Colorful Boy 2, which is great. Hopefully now there'll be more games hitting the store now that they got the store up and running. They can start uploading those other games. Because remember, our friends over at Treefall Studios, they got 3 games that are waiting to launch. So they can now launch, and we can now buy them, and then we can now play and do Fun for Fives and do all those kind of cool things. There's at least 2 games, I think, that are in the pipeline, ready to launch. Let's get them out. So we're back up and running. So, based on what you've seen, let me know in the comments below. Do you think that that's too much? Was that like, oh, I don't want to deal with that, or do you think like they should leave in this solution? The fact that it was so easy for me, I'm leaning. You know what? Just leave it alone. Just leave this temporary solution in place. Don't worry about trying to get the store back up and running, just to have it break again, just to have them maybe put in the temporary solution again, to then all this weird, not just, let's go with the temporary solution, fix it for the final time, have another update, and then have, boom, new Atari VCS Store 2.0 fix, and then that's it, and then we're good. I think that's the way to go. I mean, you can tell me in the comments if you don't agree and you think I'm wrong. That's fine too. But let's go ahead and talk about this stuff. So get on those comments and let me know. All right, cool. So for now though, let's get out of here. And I gotta finish out the rest of the break here at work, and then I gotta go and do some more work, and then I'm gonna come back and want to play some games because I'm very excited about playing games. But before we do that, we have to do one thing only, and that's thank every single member of, you guessed it, the Good Times Club. So let's do that right now. Let's thank the EverCanadian, Crimson Cross, George Games, Chris Westerman, Fan of Fiction, Littergen, Papa Pete, the Intellivision Gamer, Ken LeCure, Mr. Shua, John Willig, Gunsy20, Herb Wars, DF, Joe Whitlash, David Valdez, Dan Nastic, Dr. Merv Van Scientist, Alex Groot, Immortal Sojourn, and Super Mega Graphics 64, and the Atari Creep. I don't know why I read that out of order, but I did. So there you go. Thanks, everyone, for being members, for being awesome, for doing all of the cool things, for hitting all the buttons, for giving us 1080p StreamYard glory, not only here, but on Ed's channel, the Evercade Effect, and the Evercast, and calling all retro gamers, that slad lonely channel hasn't had stuff put on it that I keep promising that will happen, but it will. I will figure out something, and we will put it there, and it'll be fun. So keep your eyes peeled to that. Until next time, we'll catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich. We'll see you later. Take it easy, guys.
RTFC.baconicecream.com